number 2 from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium as we welcome you back to a big AFC clash. It's the 1-2 Ravens and the 1-2 Chiefs in the 425 slot. The two-time MVP, Lamar Jackson, trying to keep the Ravens afloat in the race for the AFC North with a win on the road against a tough task. It is Patrick Mahomes and the 1-2 Kansas City Chiefs trying to play spoiler to their ideas and get their own winning streak hung in the balance. We got through about 8.5 minutes of this one yesterday before we inevitably crashed the entire stream. We are hoping for a different stroke of luck here today, though, as the Chiefs will be kicking back to the Ravens, just as we saw in the opening 8.5 yesterday. Appreciate those of you that bared with me through that. That was certainly a mess of its own. We hope for a different result, though. Let's try to reach the second quarter today. As Bucker steps up to the tee, we are underway from Arrowhead. And a return taken from the 4-yard line. A Raven offense will begin their opening possession out at the 24. Here comes Lamar Jackson, most valuable player in 2019 and 2023. A lot of people speculated he should have been the guy to get it last year as well. Inevitably going to Josh Allen, though, as we welcome everybody here joining me. SM, Santoriu, Lav, and Trex. Everybody else joining me throughout. Here we go. Jackson and the Ravens begin at their own 24-yard line. Backfield consists of Jackson and Henry, who goes off the play action. Check down pass caught by Likely, and that'll get the Ravens' day started. What up, Josiah Hernandez? What up, Job Beasy? As we welcome the Raven offense to the field, Lamar Jackson backed up by Cooper Rush this year. Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell in the backfield. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver, and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely at tight end. 9-yard pickup there for the backup. Sets up a much more manageable second and a yard here. See if this Chief defense starts to get feisty. As Lamar going to hand off a little touch pass to Zay Flowers. Opening first down converted up to the 39. Yeah, yesterday the Ravens opened up with a Derrick Henry touchdown. Kansas City went right back down the field and answered with a Mahomes rushing touchdown. And during the replay of the Mahomes touchdown, my console gave out. Really was the game, I found out, but I couldn't help it. Two receivers left and right here for Jackson. Handoff goes inside to Justice Hill as he gets the running game started. And we meet the Chief defense for the afternoon. George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, Chris Jones, and Jerry Tillery on the defensive line. Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, Leo Chenal at linebacker. Trent McDuffie, Christian Fulton, Shamari Connor at the quarterback. And Brian Cook and Jaden Hicks at safety. Jackson this time with a bunch formation to his right. And DeAndre Hopkins up top there. Lone receiver to his weak side. Handoff goes to Henry. Here goes the King with an 8-yard rush on his opening. Ravens oh so near a first down there. Trying to get into enemy territory with the conversion. What up, Silver Knight? Yeah, it happens like once a year. Fortunately, it was a tie game, so it didn't affect much. And we run it back here. Take two. Baltimore facing their first third down. The handoff goes inside to Hill, and he will convert. So the Raven offense continuing where they left off yesterday in abrupt fashion. Chief defense having no answers. Yeah, each team marched on their opening possession. Took a lot of time with them, but unfortunately all for naught. DeAndre Hopkins up top in press coverage here. On a 1st and 10, here goes Jackson off the play action. Down the field he goes, and he sticks one in there. A completion of 20 to Zay Flowers. And the Ravens inside the Chief 30 with that one. This is an offense that has struggled to get going this year. 20 points against the Bills in week 1. 13 to 10, actually. They only put up 10 points against the Browns in that loss. And only 21 points last week. Fortunately for them, their defense did their job. And only allowing 17 against Detroit. Jackson back downfield. Finds the Florida State Seminole once again. And that's a gain of 14. What up, Retro? Yeah, I might put a pinned comment up top. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I understand people are just popping in here. Stream crashed yesterday, so it happens. Ravens win the race to the red zone. Try to punch this one in on their opening possession. Isaiah Likely is the motion man. 9 on the play clock. Snap is taken. Jackson going to step up, take off, and do it himself. down to the 1 yard line. And the dual threat ability of this man right here is the reason this team, year after year, is deep into the postseason. What up, John Zeller? Yeah, that's all good. It kind of was on the fence of whether I'd start this at 8 or 8:30, so no worries. Ravens now from the half-yard line on 1st and goal. Jackson takes it himself, and he's not going to get there. Carl Aptis and Dana slow him down. And a loss of about a half-yard there. What up, Games? What up, Trey? No, you're right, Retro. Hall of Fame game in 6 days. Can you believe that? Single back formation from the 1. Derrick Henry looking to punch it in here, but Jackson steps right, almost avoided a sack, but takes one in the end. Chiefs get home. Try to pump off of Chris Jones there, and it looked like Carl Aptis was the one to bring him down at the end of it. And the Ravens will suffer a 6-yard loss. Put this in 2 times speed. I wish, man. Don't forget, this is a doubleheader by decision. Got the Raiders and Bears coming up later tonight, too, from Allegiant Stadium. Big game there between those 2 teams. Even bigger one here, though, as Jackson fires end zone. It's knocked away. Nick Bolton on the pass deflection. And Kansas City's defense will get off the field. Not opening up like yesterday. Might be a good sign to come from my stream, at least. Ravens, though, do stall short. 24-yard chip shot here for Tyler Lute. It is up and good. Baltimore does open up with their lead. What up, JR, the Pats fan? The Patriots and Bills game. Let me take a look real quick. Try to get this roughly sketched out for you on my schedule. Somewhere maybe around the 9th. I think the 9th of August sounds about right. Although that's probably not true. It's probably going to be a little bit later. Chiefs get ready on their return. Out across the 35. A pretty good one. And that is where Mahomes will take over for his opening possession of the afternoon. Kansas City looking for their opening lead. Got you here, Trey. Let me check real quick. Let me go to the pick'em. The split today, by the way, if you weren't here yesterday. A lot of rhyming words there. 17-14 in favor of the Chiefs. As they get their offensive day started here, Isaiah Pacheco off the play action goes Mahomes, though. Check down football. Hauled in down the middle. There is Hollywood Brown. We will meet the Chief offense first here. Mahomes a quarterback. Pacheco, Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Worthy Rice is not with the team right now due to a potential suspension. So Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster at wide receiver. Kelsey and Noah Gray at the tight end positions. Kansas City trying to tie or take the lead here on their opening possession. As it's Mahomes off the play action again. Checks it down complete. Caught by Hollywood Brown on his second reception. And Trey, you have the Ravens for today. And this Baltimore team started 0-2, as did Kansas City. Similar paths to get here. I think Mahomes will have a touchdown this year, I would hope. If you're asking rushing, I think he'll have a couple. Travis Kelsey scoots there in motion. First and 10, pass goes downfield, and Hollywood Brown's there again. Back-to-back first down receptions, and number 5 getting going. What do you think takes over as a kicker number 1 in fantasy? Brandon Aubrey, maybe? Ooh. That's a good question. Yeah, with no more Justin Tucker on the table, you have to wonder. I'd say Boswell, actually. Under 3 to go in the opening quarter. Ravens are still yet to show some blitz. And Mahomes going to pick them apart. There goes Pacheco inside the red zone. That's a 14-yard pickup. As we meet the Raven defense. Nnamdi Madubuike, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, and John Jenkins on the defensive line. Kyle Van Noy, Roquan Smith, Trenton Simpson, Odefa Owe at linebacker. Wiggins, Awuzie, Alexander Humphrey, Hamilton, and Starks make up the defensive backfield. And that is your Ravens starting defense in week number 4. Here goes Mahomes, well protected, goes up top and finds Kareem Hunt this time. Former Cleveland Brown back here at home, where it all started in Kansas City. What up, Arturo? Oh, don't worry, my friend. We had to replay this game because of a stream issue, but we have the Raiders-Bears coming up at 9:30 Eastern. So rest assured, it's tonight's going to help you out more on the West Coast, I feel like. Chiefs inside the 10-yard line. Ravens rushing 4 again. Smith-Schuster pops free, and he's hammered down at the 2. Kyle Hamilton on the tackle there. Raven defense does very well in the red zone. See if they can stand stout here and make a stop of their own. I am looking forward to Bears-Raiders, though. Should be a good one. What time, Callie? 6:30. This time it's Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. Mahomes, though, looking to throw the football from the 2-yard line, and he gives Kansas City the early advantage. It's Hollywood Brown. Chiefs take the lead at home. Battle of two of the top offenses in football, and it's getting good early. Hollywood for 6. All right, stream didn't crash on the Chiefs touchdown. We are in business, fellas. That is a good thing. Yeah, I'll make it up for lost time. Believe that. Bucker on for the extra point. And he will knock this one through to give the Kansas City Chiefs a 4-point lead. $1:29 left in the opening period. One heck of a drive there from Mahomes. Sounds good, Arturo. We'll see if they can get it done. They are back at home, though. Chicago has had some struggles on the road this season. We'll see if they can get it done. It is going to be interesting. The chat going to be very, very fun. No doubt about that. Chop going around Arrowhead right now. Some of the loudest fans in the entire National Football League. You can say what you want about bandwagon, this, that, or the other. They still have that record for the loudest NFL stadium. And if I'm not mistaken, the loudest stadium ever recorded in world history. Ravens on the return, trailing by 4 points here. Not a very good one, out to the 22. Lamar Jackson going to have to fight a deficit in the 78-yard football field. Bowers and Moore for fantasy, you are correct. I am hoping for a DJ Moore legacy game. Need it so badly. We'll have to figure out what we're still doing with the fantasy stats for yesterday. We will figure it out, though. Ravens take over. Handoff goes inside to Derrick Henry. Sat down after a 3-yard pickup. Tackle made there by Nick Bolton. And I believe the other one was Trent McDuffie. Vikings home stadium, they may have. I'm just not sure. Hang on. Loudest stadium world record. Let me see. Final minute now of the opening quarter. Getting loud inside of Arrowhead, as it always does on Sundays. Here goes Jackson off the play action. Finds Zay Flowers, climbs the sideline, and picks up a steady gain there. And this is factual, the number one loudest stadium ever. Arrowhead Stadium back in 2013, 142.2 decibels. Stadium's design amplifies every cheer. Makes the atmosphere intense. Feeling like you're inside of a speaker. It is true. Jackson from the pistol on 3rd and 3, going to take this one himself and got some room to run up the middle. And a first down up to the 39. Boy, it went quiet there for a second. Thought maybe he got hurt. Time still ticking, though. Rest assured, Raven fans, you don't have to see any Cooper Rush. At least yet. But yeah, the thing about Mahomes, though, his was rushing, wasn't it? As that'll take us to the end of the opening quarter. It's the Chiefs 7, the Ravens 3. As we head into quarter number 2. We'll still figure it out, though. Hopkins in press coverage up top once again. Can't forget the week 1 magic he had as he goes for a diving catch there. Right off the fingertips, incomplete. Brian Cook in hot pursuit. Jars that one loose. AFC title game, Ravens and Bills. I would be entertained by it. Actually, that might be what I have predicted. I'd say it's the most likely outcome this year. Have to wait and see. First incompletion there for Lamar Jackson on this drive as the handoff goes to Henry. And he is always good for a nice 4 or 5 yards even before he gets touched. Good tackle made there by Mike Dana, though. Shuts it down. Are they scored differently from passing? I believe they are. Look this up real quick. Once again, it is 3rd down for Baltimore. Jackson from the empty, going downfield, hits the back of Nick Bolton. It's incomplete. Had an open man there out in space. Rashad Bateman would have pulled wide open to no avail. Fantasy passing touchdowns are worth 4 and rushing touchdowns are worth 6 standardized. So that's rough. Punt coming up here for Jordan Stout. Gets this off his right foot. Heading back toward Kansas City. Good kick and has some returnability up to the 22. An 11-yard return there for the Chiefs. Kansas City being led by this man, always a good sign. Been shaky and steadily declining, actually, the last couple of seasons. However, that won't be the case for much longer. Here's my proposition. Why don't we make the next 2 passing touchdowns, so that one he just had and the next one worth 5? That way it balances out, I feel like. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Mahomes opens up the second possession from the empty. Ravens rushing 4, which means somebody is open on a stop route. Marquise Brown again. Been the go-to guy for Mahomes so far today. As Kansas City without Rashee Rice, he is likely to get suspended around 6 games, so not sure he'll make a return. Due to the NFL's consistencies in their policies. Waiting a couple weeks for an official announcement there from league officials. Man in motion up top as Mahomes going to drop back. Step to his right, fire this one deep downfield. And open is Xavier Worthy inside the 40. Mahomes slinging the rock, 9 of 9 early on. Yeah, I like that, Santorio. They were shut out in the first half. 14 people in chat, by the way. Don't forget to drop your likes down below if you haven't yet already. Got to make up for what we didn't have yesterday. And that failed attempt at a string. Chiefs inside of field goal range here at the 37 of Baltimore. Mahomes is feeling good now. He's 10 for 10. Juju Smith-Schuster at the 15. Got to be feeling good right now if you are a Kansas City fan. Jaire Alexander on the tackle there. Yeah, all the rosters will be good to go. A lot of players retiring. Jordan Hicks today for the Browns as well. Got to fix that. We'll do so ASAP. Mahomes trying to stay perfect here, and he will with the handoff to Pacheco. Up the middle he goes. Didn't have a lot of first quarter carries, so there he goes for 8. To the 8-yard line. What up, Chili? As they try to get him going here in week number 4. No one here's a Chiefs fan. Trex is. Not sure if he's here anymore. Did have one, though. Ball back inside the 10-yard line. Raven defense trying to force a turnover and get the football back. Not going to happen, though. It's Xavier Worthy who pops free, wide open. Mahomes already had a passing touchdown, Chili. I think what we're going to do with the scoring is his 2 passing touchdowns are going to be worth 5 points instead of 4. We'll see how that goes here. Kelsey on the line of scrimmage, going to act as an extra blocker. Pass goes up top to Brown, and he's down at the 1-yard line already. His 5th reception in just about 13 minutes. Yes, XSM also a Kansas City fan. Lila and Brooklyn are as well, although they don't pop in here as often. Those are the sisters of XSM. See if the Chiefs do the right thing here from the 1-yard line. They will. Pacheco plunges in there, giving the Chiefs a 10-point advantage. Kansas City off to a great start offensively. Isaiah Pacheco into the end zone, the opening rushing touchdown of week number 4. Chief offense not skipping a beat from yesterday. They put up 44 points in week number 3. Cannot forget that. What a performance they had against the New York Giants. Went all the way to overtime. 1 punt in that entire game between those 2 teams as the extra point up and good for Harrison Butker. 7-play, 79-yard drive, and Mahomes is still yet to throw an incompletion. 6:24 to go in the second period. Ravens also received the opening kickoff, so they need points desperately here. As once again, Arrowhead Stadium does the chop. Trying to pass that 140 decibel limit once more. Some of the best fans in the National Football League. Return coming here for Kansas City's opponent, the Baltimore Ravens, and it is taken from inside the 10 up to the 27-yard line. Ravens going to win it in the second half. We'll see. How many fan bases represented by your community? I tried to do that last year with a community post. And it was like, hey, respond to this comment if you are a fan of this team. Got a decent amount of replies there, but yeah, still definitely didn't have everybody respond. Never going to have that work out entirely, I feel like. 6:20 left to go in the second quarter. Baltimore Ravens need a score, likely on this possession. Lamar Jackson trying to deliver. Going deep off the play action, wide open Mark Andrews. And how about that to start the possession? Kansas City caught napping. And 89 pulls down a big one. Ravens are responding, though. Yeah, JJJ with the Lions, too. Can't forget that. Lamar Jackson makes an adjustment here at the line of scrimmage. Zay Flowers in motion. Once again, the handoff goes to Henry. Sheds off one tackle. Spins down inside the 25. What a carry. And it's a pickup of 13. And a Baltimore Raven. First down. Trying to think what else we got to know for sure. I know we got the entire NFC South. That is for certain. Vikings as well. Check that off the list. Here in the midway point of the second quarter. Touch pass here. Goes to Flowers. Turns upfield. Breaks the tackle. And down at the 20. 1 yard pickup that time. Tell you what, though. Ravens have got to start winning some games. Their schedule does not get any easier from this point forward. They have already taken on some of the best teams in the NFL. And coming up next after this is the Texans, Rams, and Bears. One of the hardest schedules in the NFL in 2025. Same pre-snap motion here. This time it's an outside handoff to Henry. He's going to lose 6. Mike Danner read that one from the jump. And the Ravens forced in the wrong direction. Any Rambler Seahawk fans? I own the Seahawks fan. Do have at least one Seattle fan. All of a sudden, it is a 3rd and 15. Getting loud once again. Kansas City rushing 5. Jackson steps right, evades the sack. Now going to step up, looking to do it himself. Good tackle there by Bolton. And the Kansas City Chiefs get their stop. Jackson puts them well within a comfortable field goal range for Tyler Loop, though. Trying to make another heroic rush. But they will settle for 3 once again. Tyler Loop is on for his second attempt. This one from 34 yards away. It is up and good. Back within a score at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. 3:35 left to go in the opening quarter. Justin Tucker can't get home. He might be. He may be. Yeah, if we go division by division, I know we have a Jets fan, a Bills fan, Patriots fan. Trying to think. Dolphins fans, yes. We have a Ravens fan, Steelers fan, Bengals fan from a long time ago. Pacheco on the return here. Gets us out to the 26. DBF is a Browns fan. AFC North is taken care of. AFC South, we have a Texans fan who love Morgan. Ian from like 2023 is a Titans fan. I know we have a Jags fan. And Cali Jag. And then Colts. I'm not sure if we have a Colts fan. I would say it's about 90% complete at the minimum, though. Chiefs take it over. 3:31 left to go here before the break as Mahomes on a quick fire finds a falling over Xavier Worthy. Moves the football up to the 30. 2nd 6 upcoming. Well, Kansas City's schedule, for lack of a better term, just as difficult. You just feel like there's so much talent in the NFL now. No game is really easy. Already had to face the Chargers and Eagles this year. Taking on the Jaguars and the Lions in the next couple of weeks. So a win here, just as crucial. Mahomes again going to pick out the open Smith-Schuster as he is over 150 yards passing on the afternoon. I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's probably some that I'm not thinking of, but no, there definitely was a Colts fan. Who was it? Oh, I feel bad now because I can't remember. Rich Tapestry. It really is. A lot of depth. Can't go wrong with it. Nearing the 2-minute warning. Ravens trying to put their foot in the ground for the first time today. Pass a little bit behind Marquise Brown there. Still able to hang on to his 6th catch of the day. Roquan Smith makes his first tackle. Yeah, in the West, though, got a Broncos fan, Chiefs fan, Chargers fan, and Raiders fan. So we are at least 15 of 16 in the AFC alone. So that should represent pretty well. See if Mahomes gets the snap away. He will not. Chiefs will take an 8-point lead into the 2-minute warning. It's the Ravens 6, the Chiefs 14. 18 minutes into this one. It's the safety Kyle Hamilton coming down low here. Ravens looking to bring some blitz as he moves into the box. Back up tight end Noah Gray in motion. Ravens rushing 4 linebackers dropping, so wide open Noah Gray across the 50. Rams and Colts. I feel like we had a Rams. I just know we had a Rams fan at some point. NFC North, yes. South is a definite. East, yes. Yeah, you might be right. Time still ticking away here. Mahomes going to step up, hit as he throws, and finally, an incompletion. Big Kyle Van Noy off the edge. Which is funny because the Rams just played the Colts. Interesting. Minute 32 left to go, though. Here in the second quarter, Bears in the title. We'll be here very, very shortly. First incompletion of the afternoon for Patrick Mahomes. It almost took him an entire half to do so. Looking to clean it up here on a 2nd and 10. Delivers that one. Striked. And an injury to the defensive line of Baltimore. Was wondering why they called it timeout. Broderick Washington goes down grabbing the inside of his left armpit area. Likely to be just a strain, given the precise point. Oh, Hall of Fame game's always hype, man. Always more about the experience than it is the game itself. But you know what? You get a couple good drives of backup football. Hendon Hooker's going to be there, so let's do it. Ravens had to take a timeout there due to injury. 3rd and 2 here for the Chiefs. Mahomes is pointing out some guys in the backfield. Pass downfield caught by Noah Gray. Another first down reception for big number 83. They are going to need him to step up. Hendon Hooker versus Trey Lance. I will be there no matter what. Absolute cinema. Can't wait. And here we go. Press coverage up top and on the bottom. Ravens corners, though, more than capable, especially with the addition of Jair Alexander. Loving to have him in Baltimore. Pass goes down low, though, and open is Hollywood Brown. Breaks a tackle inside the 15. And that was Alexander that whiffed there. Now the open field tackle. And Packer fans somewhere are pointing and laughing. Kyle Hamilton had to clean that one up. Time is stopped with the Chiefs timeout. 44 seconds left. Chiefs trying to go up 15 before half. Not to say it would be an insurmountable margin, but the Ravens not getting the ball to begin the second half. Not going to do any good for them. Hollywood again, breaking free. Inside the 10, Chiefs still taking their time. Should burn a timeout right around now. Okay, maybe not. What up, XSM? Have those Chiefs. Hey, man, they're looking good. Trying to get back to 500 with a victory. See if they can get there. Andy Reid not burning either of their 2 timeouts here inside of 10 seconds, and they have got to get on their horse. Now the play clock down to 6. Mahomes going to not take the snap, and a disastrous end to the opening half. That was pitiful. Might actually just go down as the worst clock management yet from Madden. Well, Ravens get off lucky, to say the least there. Matt Eberflus mentioned. Bears mentioned again. Wow. Mismanaged time there, and so Harrison Butker on for a chip shot 26-yarder, which is up and through. Kansas City going to take an 11-point lead into halftime. Pretty good defensive battle here. Chief defense has been doing very, very nicely, forcing 2 field goals inside their own half. And the punt on the most recent drive. Quentin Johnston breakout game. Now, let's be honest, that's Trey Harris legacy game, if they even let him play. You got to figure Hall of Fame isn't even technically official preseason, so hard to really tell who's even going to play most of that, you know. Touchback delivered here as Lamar Jackson will get the ball at the 30. might actually want to take a shot. Wouldn't hurt them, as they don't get the ball here in a couple of seconds, so you may as well try to make use of what you have now, if at all possible. Matt Eberflus didn't ruin Thanksgiving for me, but he did make it much more confusing. Me too. Ravens going to try one little heave here before halftime. 2 seconds to go. Jackson going to float this one up down the sideline, knocked away, incomplete. And that'll take us to the break. It's the Ravens 6, the Chiefs 17 at the end of 2. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. All right, going to have the live poll set up here for you guys. Ravens trail by 11. Chiefs to get the ball here momentarily. However, vote on who you think is going to win. And before you do that, don't forget to drop a like on the stream. 19 people in here in game 1 of 2 in our Friday night doubleheader. Back to one game tomorrow and then a doubleheader on Sunday for the Monday night doubleheader IRL. Second half is underway from Arrowhead. Return taken from inside the 5. And some weaving done there just to get out to the 27 with a Mahomes takeover. Stalled short on their previous drive thanks to the worst clock management you will ever see. Bears sign Trey Flowers. Good pickup for them, I think. We'll see. I love democracy. Who doesn't? Shout out to the tie option. Chiefs going to open up in a single back formation. Mahomes off the bootleg, sets his feet, fires this one deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Right through the hands of the rookie safety, Malachi Starks. A guy Baltimore expects to take a huge step in their defensive progression this season. In all honesty, it wasn't their defense's fault they stalled short. Lamar Jackson had a miserable game against Buffalo last year. Mark Andrews was just the icing on the cake in that heartbreaking divisional loss. Mahomes going to pump and now fire. A little wide receiver screen here. Smith-Schuster takes what's in front of him, which ends up being all of 6 yards. So a very important opening play here. An opening third down, I should reiterate. That was an absolute laser. Thought that was going to be complete for sure. Got to give credit to the defense there on that incompletion. Kareem Hunt checks into the game here on a 3rd and 4, which likely means a Mahomes pass coming up here. And it will be from the 33. Goes toward the sideline, and it's knocked away by Kyle Hamilton. An alumni of Notre Dame, an Irishman with the PBU. And a guy that they absolutely love having in Baltimore, Maryland. Kansas City goes 3 and out. Very important there. Opening punt of the afternoon for Matt Ariza. Most recently played for the Bills. Been here a couple years now. Ravens on the return on a good punt there from Ariza. Up to the 23 is where their opening possession of the second half will begin. Both teams today 1 and 2. Never expected them to look like this. Come this time of year, obviously, you know, Kansas City playing Philadelphia and Baltimore playing Buffalo and Detroit. You might see one of these two teams at 1 and 2, but we highly doubt both are trying to avoid a 1 and 3 start. With a game like this, these are the kind of games, though, to turn around seasons or ruin them. Here goes Jackson on the opening play of the third quarter for the Raven offense. It's a check down of 4. Rashad Bateman, the Minnesota Gopher, gets his first catch of the game. What up, A-Rob? No INT just yet. We'll see if that comes true, though. Plenty of time for one. Neither defense forced a turnover on the opening 20. Could be due here in the third quarter. Handoff goes inside to Derrick Henry and upended by Drew Tranquill. He and George Karlaftis are there in the blink of an eye. And again, it forces a 3rd and long. Baltimore needs a huge conversion here. They have converted twice on 3rd down all afternoon. Looking for number 3 up to the 33. Blitz coming. Jackson steps up, and he is devoured by Mike Dana. They send the house, and the house always wins. Kansas City returns the favor. Here is the punt coming up for the Baltimore Ravens. Jordan Stout going to put his right foot through this one. Another absolute beauty. Fair caught at the 33-yard line. Fantastic Four. You know what's funny? I just saw somebody on my Snapchat timeline ask if anybody wanted to go see it with them. I don't know. I am yet to see it. Fake punt would be awesome. I really hope our first Lions Madden 26 stream, we get to see that with the coaching, risk management type of deal. Each team exchanging a 3-and-out as Mahomes back on the field, fires this one right down Main Street. Xavier Worthy, number 1, opens up for a 9-yard pickup. Someone got to call the INC. Yeah, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne. Man, what a crazy week it's been. Everybody passing away. Super tragic. You hate to see it. Mahomes under center on a 2nd and 1. Off the play action again. Fires this one out in space. That'll be a 6-yard completion. Smith-Schuster able to open up there. KC still hot on the offensive end. Back out they go. Tight formation this time. Fullback checks into the game. Mahomes on the handoff to Pacheco, and Matabike closes that one. It's a 2-yard loss, and both these defensive lines need their credit, especially against the run game. They are looking electric. 2nd and a dozen. 5 Ravens on the line of scrimmage this time. Extra blocker out there as well for Mahomes, although he's going to be swarmed and taken down. Marlon Humphrey. He and Trenton Simpson likely going to split that sack in half. But regardless, Baltimore's defense is going stride for stride with that of the Chiefs. What up, Flash Gordon? George Cooley, Chuck Mangione. I mean, dude, Corey Adams. Like, what's going on, man? It's crazy. Absolutely wild. 3rd and 19 for Kansas City. Backed up to their own 40. Mahomes trying to deliver a miracle here. Steps up in the pocket and will take the 9 yards he lost. Yeah, that Chief line not doing him any favors today. Raven defense, though, has got to be credited with a lot of the success. Did very well there to force him. Ira lets a flag. You are correct. Matariza on for the punt here, trying to pin Baltimore. This time around as the lefty gets this one away. Fair catch called for inside the 20, out at the 16. Not a bad punt whatsoever. Lamar Jackson will take over exactly halfway through the 3rd quarter. Snapped his fingers this week, I guess, man. Yeah, it has been a wild, wild week. You usually have one of those every year, though. In all truthfulness. Ravens take it over. 5 to go in the 3rd. Hand off to Henry, and he goes nowhere. Nick Bolton on the tackle. Raven offense is looking worse for wear. And this is a team that has scored no more than 21 points in a game all season long. And they have all the weapons. They just can't get the job done. Derrick Henry going to step out here. Give Lamar Jackson one extra option to fire downfield to. Rashad Bateman collects that one. Brian Cook in his chest after a 7-yard catch. 3rd and 3 could be a rushing or passing down here. We know how this Raven offense can hurt you in so many ways, but lately only been hurting themselves. What does John Harbaugh have drawn up here on a 3rd and 3? Time still ticking. Jackson fakes the touch pass, steps to his right, trying to escape up the middle, and somehow, some way, Houdini collects a first down. 7-yard pickup, and he ran about 20 yards in the backfield alone. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel more than happy giving Plouffe that Henry touchdown now. No doubt about it. Easily his worst game of the season, based on the statistics he has put up this far. Jackson on 1st and 10 steps up again, and he will escape one more time, and another first down to push there from Henry as he helps him up. A 12-yard pickup. Should be worth something, right? Little friendly push there On the upper sideline. Dude just pulled a Justin Fields. Yeah, what happened? I heard he got carted off. I thought that was about his toe yesterday that Santori was talking about. I guess I was wrong. Lamar Jackson in his element here after a couple rushing first downs. Screen pass out there to Justice Hill, and Justice is served at the line of scrimmage. Nick Bolton once again. Jackson is beyond entertaining. Even as a Browns fan, I got to pay my respects. That game he had in 2019 in Cleveland, he torched us, man. Two receivers left and right here for Jackson. Bateman going to plunge in. Jackson finds him on the crosser. Wide open out in space, an easy first down conversion into enemy territory. What up, Leon Trey? Nah, you got to respect the kind of football that he puts on display every week. You can't not. With a Super Bowl first. If that were the criteria, you could respect Dan Marino. He is our modern-day Dan Marino. Or Josh Allen, one or the other. Lamar from the pistol didn't look like he was ready for that snap. Takes it anyway and finds a conversion up to the 35. A yard short, actually, of the first down. DeAndre Hopkins showing back up here. Still looking for another game like he had in Week 1. 3 touchdowns, and their 20-38 loss to Buffalo. Lost 2 DEs, man, that sucks. Fullback Patrick Ricard checks in on a 2nd and 1. Handoff goes to Henry, and he threw a good block as well. 4-yard pickup there, first down Baltimore. And although they are taking their time with this drive, they are using it effectively and efficiently, trying to bring themselves back within a score and potentially a field goal. Facts, Santorio, that too. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. More pre-snap movement. Lamar Jackson loving this one. Wide open out in space. Mark Andrews angling inside the 10. Another first down strike. As we are down inside of a minute left in the third quarter. Yeah, we were just talking about that actually, Leontre. Crazy. Why is Baltimore winning the vote? They might be on their way to a touchdown here. So long as Lamar Jackson takes care of the football. Inside the 10, turned it over last week in the fourth quarter. Huge interception that nearly lost them that game. Although their defense did their job, here he goes on the quarterback keeper, and he will go untouched into the end zone. And Baltimore back within 5. Ravens find a way. Good for Lamar. Back within a score here at Arrowhead right before the turning of the fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson. Terrific eyes and even better legs there. Lamar Jackson, my favorite running back. How about it? You know what? He had every right to run that football after the performance he had passing the football in that drive. 23 people in here, by the way. Drop a like down below if you haven't yet already. Shooting for 15 in our second stream of this exact game. Ravens going to go for 2, trying to make this a 3-point affair late in the third quarter. Jackson tapping on his helmet. Hands off inside to Henry. Shut down again. Drew Tranquil has been in every waking nightmare for Derrick Henry. It remains a 5-point deficit for Baltimore. Unable to convert the 2-point attempts. Game is going to be very, very good in real life, I would imagine. Did they forget that? I mean, I guess. I kind of felt like they should have there. I don't think that was the wrong choice. Jordan Stout on for the kickoff. Kansas City on the return from the 8-yard line. Isaiah Pacheco up the middle. Sat down at the 30. Big possession coming up here from Patrick Mahomes. Field goal puts him up 8. A touchdown will probably slam the door shut on any hopes of a comeback for Baltimore. Largest lead was 11 there for Kansas City. Could have been more if they took their time on their last possession, but they took too much time. Didn't take very good care of it. That is the reason they ended up with a field goal rather than a touchdown. And so their lead is just 5. Wide open up top, number 5, Marquise Brown again. Catch number 10. What up, Noah Heron? Yeah, I saw that finally signed with the Bengals. Good. It is about time, but that probably shouldn't make you feel very good about Trey Hendrickson, if I got to be honest. I don't know. Time taken away in the third quarter, and that will take us to period number 4. It's the Ravens 12, the Chiefs 17 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Mahomes opens up the fourth quarter from the shotgun. Baltimore showing a rush of 4. That's how many they bring. Mahomes going up top and nearly fired that one right into the open arms of Roquan Smith, who was thinking about his touchdown celebration. What a dangerous pass. What up, Tay? There's another Saints fan in the building. NFC South representing, man. So many fans of that division in here. Almost a disastrous opening to the fourth quarter for Kansas City. Little check down there as Worthy pressed the wrong button. No gain on the play. Hendrickson to the Bears. You know what? That kind of could be a very scary duo on the defensive line. I would be here for. What up, Redfern? You never know. Yeah, bro fell for no reason. Raven defense doing well on this possession. Forcing a 3rd and 10 to begin the fourth quarter. Mahomes going to fire down the field, nearly picked off again. This time it's Nate Wiggins. Mahomes trying to force it in there to the speedster Xavier Worthy, and he almost paid the ultimate price. Raven defense did wake up, though. Gave up 2 touchdowns on their opening 2 defensive possessions, and ever since then, shutting out Kansas City in this half. Terrific punt, though, out at the 3. Matt Ariza with the kick of the week. And so Baltimore now got to be wary of taking a safety. Terrific punt there. Good punt bingo. A rarity, but it has happened. 9:16 to go here for the Ravens. Plenty of time, even if they don't score on this possession. Got to be extra cautious, though, not to take a safety. Backed up inside their own 5. Loaded backfield here for Baltimore. The handoff goes inside to Derrick Henry. And a little bit of breathing room delivered there to the 6. Called a touchdown drive 97 yards away. I love it. That is so bold, but I love it. We will have to wait and see if they can pull it off. Henry picks up 3 on the first down carry. 7 yards to go. To the line to gain, and Henry backed up to his own 2. A loss of 4. And he's taken down by Jaden Hicks, the safety. Time is against the Ravens. Field position against the Ravens. And the crowd against them. Even louder. Everybody on the line of scrimmage here, except for one receiver. Handoff goes to Henry, not going to gain very much. All set up there thanks to the punt from Matt Ariza. They say special teams doesn't matter until they do. And they absolutely had their impact felt right there on that one. Very important play. Not a lot of breathing room here for Jordan Stout either on the punt, as he nearly gets that one blocked. Gets it away, though. Chiefs have plenty of room on a return inside the 45, down to the 40. And Mahomes will open up with terrific field position. That punt just changed the entirety of this game. No jokes. That's crazy. But it certainly happened. They got to find a way now to make a stop. Almost had 2 interceptions on that previous drive. Roquan Smith and Nate Wiggins both had their hands on the football. Going to have to try to find another as the Chiefs inside the field goal range. And again, it's Xavier Worthy. Time still hanging in the balance of a Ravens 1-3 record. Tranquil on a tear today. Former Charger has been all over the football field. On the defensive end, Ravens going to bring a weak side blitzer, not coming in time. Good PBU, though. Jair Alexander makes a big play. Field goal touched in overtime, you think so? I bet you they get stopped on the 2-point conversion again. Ravens don't convert a lot of those, you'd be surprised. Kansas City right outside of the red zone here. touchdown should solidify a Week 4 victory in all likelihood. Ravens rush 4 again. Inside pass has been open all day, although it's going for less and less. Nate Wiggins there on the tackle. You know what? I'm going to look up the 2-point conversion success rate by team. I am curious. Ravens force another 3rd down. They need to stop desperately here. Travis Kelce is in motion. At the 18 of Baltimore, here goes Mahomes, well protected again. Steps up in the pocket, does it himself, and he slides down at the 10. That's an 8-yard pickup. Let's see, where is Baltimore? Well, I guess this is last year only. Wish I could have it extend for longer. They are 23rd in 2-point conversion success. Gonna have to find one of those if they can even force a field goal here. Extra blitzer coming just a bit too late, but a huge pass breakup down the middle. Kyle Hamilton saves the day. Smith-Schuster had both hands on the football and probably a foot or two down as well. Did not initiate a football move though. And it's an incompletion. How about it? Ravens defense trying to bail out their offense one more time here. From their own 10-yard line. Mahomes down the middle, caught by Smith-Schuster. This time down at the 1. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton is an absolute madman. No lies there. 3rd and goal now from the 1. Can he find a way? 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. This time Kareem Hunt in the backfield acting as a receiver. Mahomes going to roll left, step up in the pocket, find the end zone on the rush, and Kansas City might have just slammed the door shut. And there is Chili's rushing touchdown. Patrick Mahomes on a takeover here in week number 4 as he steps up and does it himself again. Kansas City fortunate to have this guy at QB1. What is going on to the sound right now? Holy cow. Leave it to EA Sports to always have some sort of issue. My ears are bleeding. There we go. Extra point for Harrison Butker. On the way. And good. Kansas City 24, Baltimore 12. 5:18 left in the 4th quarter. Would take a miracle now? I would concur. Not looking good, Brev. It's not looking good. Shout out to the Premier League. Less than, actually, where are we in our countdown to the Premier League? Premier League opening game. Let me see. I think it's Liverpool-Bournemouth. Yeah, Friday, August 15th. Cannot wait. We're in my Nottingham Forest jersey right now, actually. Ravens on the return looking for a miracle. And it could start with their special teams, although it will not today. Out to the 24-yard line. 4 games, man. Dropped that dono yesterday. Had that Derrick Henry rushing touchdown, which we are going to generously still give him. And at the end of it, still has his Ravens falling short. Is what it is. 5:14 to go. Ravens going to have to find a couple of touchdowns in limited time. Lamar Jackson looking to be the hero once again in Baltimore. Pass goes left and down the field, wide open Isaiah Likely. A good start to this one. 25-yard pickup. Nottingham jersey is a slick move. I waited like a month for this thing to come through in transit. That is no joke. It took a long time to ship from overseas. But it got here. Right around midfield now. Here goes Lamar Jackson. Still in his X Factor, still delivering completions to the 46. It's a long drive. Ravens lose. Agree. They got to score before the 2-minute warning to have a chance. They can still find it, though. We'll see. This game's still far from over with how explosive this Raven offense could be. Although anything but explosive with their running game today. Extra blitzers coming from Kansas City. Lamar Jackson finds Mark Andrews turning around there. He will pick up just about the full 5 Nearly a first down. But not quite. They do play in week 17, that is true. Obvious 4-down territory, but it is 3rd and inches here for Baltimore. Inside handoff goes to Justice Hill, easiest first down rush of his life. Converting up to the 38, what up, King Chavez? Nottingham Forest goes hard as a team name. I mean, hey, they're some of the loudest and proudest fans in the land. They had a lot of past history, and it resonates well as a Cleveland Browns fan, you know. Does pretty well. Time still ticking away here against Baltimore. As Lamar going to fire deep downfield. What a pass and what a catch from Andrews. Oh my goodness. Out of bounds as well. Hugging the sideline about as tight as you possibly can. Way to drag the right foot. What a beauty. Still in South Carolina? Yeah, RIP Hulk Hogan too. Like the 3rd or 4th person to say that today. Crazy. Ooh, and here we go. Kansas City with the challenge. We took a look at the replay ourselves, although we will see from an official standpoint what they think. They're challenging to see if he maintained possession at the end of this. And that football did not turn very much. And it will stand. Yeah, I will. Let me go back and find the first one, I guess, if I can. A-Rod's, there it is. A-Rod gets a pin message. Ravens, though, maintain their first down. 26 votes and majority believing in Baltimore here. Cy Felton Lover in the chat. I believe it. Ravens back inside the red zone. Looking for their 2nd touchdown if they can find it. Here goes Jackson off the play action. Sets, fires down the middle to the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. Last second effort. Jaden Hicks. Had a couple of those on either side now, where receivers cannot hang on to footballs. Yeah, he's had some remarks in his past, but I mean, that's humanity. 2 tight ends set here for Baltimore. You know they love to have both of their guys, Andrews and Likely, in. Giving Lamar an extra target. Steps up in the pocket, takes off again, got a first down, breaks the tackle down at the 2. He wanted everything there. And the Ravens are looking like they will probably score before the 2-minute warning. Can he find it? Ravens in the no huddle. 2.5 to go. Would love to score before the 2-minute warning. Lamar Jackson, though, seems to be in no hurry. Takes a step, rolls left, fires back in the end zone. And it's caught by Zay Flowers. This game far from over. What up, Lisa Frankel? Good time for you to check in. Ravens back within 6. And no replay to bug our stream out there, fortunately. We'll take that. Ravens have more than a fighter's chance here with all their timeouts. No doubt. And they will probably kick the extra point. I got to check scoregami now, just to see. Extra point on the way, and good. 24-19 has happened 35 times, most recently in the Eagles and Ravens last year. I forgot that game even happened. What up, Charles Thomas? MSG trivia question of the game. Chiefs' original logo was not the arrowhead. What was it? I believe it was an actual Native American Indian, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong about that. But always pleased to have the Charles Thomas trivia question of the day. Short kick again there from Tyler Loop, and a return second left side here for Kansas City, and it's a good one out to the 40. Guy holding a tomahawk, it probably was. I was taking a guess based on historical information. Are the Dallas Texans? Ooh, good question. That is a very good question. Watch this drive. All right. X to Seb is hopeful. See if A-Rod wants to predict a pick. Kansas City a couple of first downs away from a very important Week 4 victory. Trying to get themselves back to 500 on the season. They need this one desperately. Mahomes going to fire this one, caught by Worthy, and an immediate first down. Going to hurt the odds of the Baltimore Ravens. Will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's the Ravens 18, the Chiefs 24. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Hoping to host another victory. Haven't had one yet this season, though. Dallas Texans, yeah, I actually have no idea. Not sure. Chiefs across midfield after the 2-minute warning. Handoff goes to Pacheco. Breaks one tackle, and it takes multiple Ravens to bring him down at the 42. Nearly an 8-yard pickup there. Chiefs are more than pleased to have that kind of start. Love to see it. $1:56 left. Ravens take their opening timeout. Can they find a couple more stops here? Might be around Harrison Butker range too if push comes to shove. Handoff goes to Kareem Hunt. Spun down, but not there. And third down will determine the result of the game. Cowboy boot with the spur. Oh, okay. If we're going that historic, that's pretty cool. I do feel like I remember seeing that. But yeah, I did not know the Dallas Texans were now the Kansas City Chiefs. That is cool. I don't actually know a lot about NFL history, truthfully. Could touch up on that some. Hunt checks out. Pacheco checks in. And a first down here will win the game for Kansas City. Ravens trying to make a stop and get their offense another chance. Down by 5. Here goes Mahomes, puts his foot in the ground, looking to throw the football down the middle, and wide open Hollywood Brown stamps the end of this one. 11 catches, 109 yards, and a Kansas City Chief victory. KC comes out on top. And I will do my due diligence in updating this in the scores as we speak. Ravens had a pretty good effort there toward the end, but never enough. Could not make up for their first half mistakes. Knee taken there from Mahomes. We will have a couple more of those before the end of this one. Chiefs, though, will go on top of the Raiders for now if the Raiders get a win later tonight in our second game of our doubleheader against the Bears. That'll change in second in the AFC West. As for the Ravens, they continue to plummet back down to the bottom of the AFC North due to tiebreaker loss against the Browns. Mahomes will take his second knee, and actually it's going to be a handoff outside to Pacheco, who gets the first down. I wasn't even paying attention there. Doesn't matter. It's as over as it was 2 minutes ago. That is your divisional standings update. Going to take a look as well into the conference standings. Chiefs get to 2-2, now 1-1 in the AFC. That'll put them 9th in the conference, right behind Pittsburgh, and in front of Tennessee. Final kneel down taken there from Mahomes. That should do just about that. Ravens down 0-3 in the American Football Conference. Fall to 15th in the conference. Not a good look for them. Kansas City going to get back to 500 with a 24-19 victory over the now 1-3 Baltimore Ravens. And that is game number 1. We will take a look at the player statistics here before we leave. Not a lot of offense, though. Mahomes had a very good day, passing and rushing. Derrick Henry, though, absolute stinker. 11 carries, 25 yards. No touchdowns, but we'll add the one from yesterday for his fantasy purposes and receiver stats for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this AFC battle. Coming up next, we got the Raiders taking on the Bears from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Don't want to miss that. Coming up at 9:30 Eastern Time. We'll see you